Hi, let's have a conversation with some sentences. They want to be strong, they want to be powerful, they want to be purposeful, they want to use active verbs, and they want to use all kinds of really cool modifiers to make meaning. They want to have different types of pace so that you slow down and develop detail when you really want to get your reader's attention, and sometimes you just have to move from point A to point B to point C. So we know that clauses are groups of related words that have subjects and verbs, and we know that phrases are just groups of related words. Today we're going to make friends with the participle phrase, past and present. So what do you need to make a sentence? Oh, subject and a verb. So is this a sentence? I guess not. To make a sentence, you need to know who or what does what and when. Yep, that's your verb tense. Oh, I get it. That makes sense. Now we know when it happened. It's also called an independent clause. In simpler terms, let's just call these basic statements. They just move the action from point A to point B to point C, and so on. So what would make it a dependent clause? Whoa, you add a word and it needs more information. That's a good way to develop a sentence. Well, it's about pace and detail and purpose. Sometimes you want to move the reader through the narrative to get from point to point, but sometimes you want to slow down, develop detail, and let your reader know that this part is important. Now that's more interesting and purposeful. And see what happened? The independent clause had to shift. Now you have a new subject and predicate. Oh yeah, that's the time verb that tells you when the action in the sentence happened. Okay, pause this video and write 3 things you did today in sequence. Here's a little tip. If you can avoid the verb to be, you'll probably have a more powerful sentence. Hey, use personification too. Oh, when you eliminate that weak verb, the subject changes. Interesting. So how can I make this story more interesting? You added ringing, cursing, and soothing. ING verbs. Ah, but they're not verbs anymore, really. They're acting like adjectives. We call them present participles. Now you try it. Pause this video and add present participles to your basic statements. I'm glad you asked. It's doing the same thing with past tense verbs, turning them into adjectives. You mixed present and past tenses with reckless abandon. Oh, that's because they're no longer acting as verbs, they're acting like adjectives. Now you try it. Pause this video and add some past participles to your basic statements. Here's another tip. Always begin with the independent clause, then you can work from there.